Thanks for the support as a channel member, Richard Myers. Boys and girls, it is playoff o'clock in the championship. I want to get this out there now. We weren't supposed to be in the playoffs this season. We were supposed to be in a relegation battle. I don't want to be seeing any bottle job nonsense down in the comments. We're probably going to lose, and it's okay. But even if we do lose, we can console ourselves now. We have got a new series starting on the channel tomorrow morning. Don't worry, it's not replacing this one. This is going to stay in the 4 o'clock slot. We have something new replacing the Leicester series in the 11 o'clock slot every day. I couldn't possibly confirm what it's going to be at this stage, though. Hello and welcome to Club 2, Part 15 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our playoff semi-final against Bristol City, the team that finished third in the championship this year. We finished 3 points behind them in sixth. It doesn't necessarily tell the story of our respective seasons, though. Bristol City, that's how their season has worked out. They've been in and around these playoffs all the way through, and they'll be feeling pretty confident that they're the third best team in this division. Us, on the other hand, had a fantastic start. We're top of the league for half of the season and then kind of hit free fall and have clung on for dear life to a playoff spot. Bristol City are very much the form side going into this. We're the team that are here because the season's 46 games rather than 50 games long. That's the current form. Although, to be fair, on the form chart, they're below us. We both only have 5 points from our last 5 games. Maybe I can believe. Where are Watford and West Brom, the other two teams in this? Watford are 4th, West Brom 11th. So we want West Brom to get rid of Watford. We can still do it, boys and girls. This is the team we're going to put out there to try and do it. And we've got to do it without our captain, without McCormick, because he's injured and he was the hero of this stage last season. In fact, what I am going to do is, just make sure that we have a sensible third. Because obviously... So, in fact, I might make Ross Sykes vice-captain going into this, just so that he formally has the captain's armband for the playoffs, so we have a proper leader on the pitch in the absence of McCormick. I don't want Sammy Schmodix coming on and taking over when he's not a regular starter for us anymore. So this is the 11. We're home in the first leg, away in the second leg. We obviously want to get a result today, score some goals. Look at the front four, by the way, the goals they've got in them this year. 32 for Patton and then 10 each for Gooch, Palmer and Jones. That's a 62-goal front four, boys and girls. There should be goals in this. The only problem is the goals only come from there. If you look through the rest of the team, there's not much from anywhere else. We are going to need the front four to turn up and be in form today. And unfortunately, in their last 5 games... none of them have, really, if you look at those ratings. So it's going to be touch and go. We need someone to step up and become a hero the way McCormick did last year. So we're going with Malden in goal, a back four of Devine, Anderson, Sykes and Jan Couto, Taylor and Lawrence in midfield, Jones, Palmer and Gooch supporting Patton up front. Let's just cross our fingers, eh? I mean, at this point, we're the underdogs. We're here to have some fun. That's all it is. We're here to have some fun. It's a great opportunity to show the pundits have been right to back us. If the pundits have been backing us after the form we've been in since January, the pundits are insane. But, I'll take it. I don't mind the pundits thinking we're any good. Bristol City don't seem to want to have any possession of the football early on. We're getting all of the ball. They're showing absolutely no ambition. And we often see this in knockout games from the AI this year, certainly in the away leg. The AI teams just sit and defend and don't really look up for it at all. So we kind of need to be able to capitalise on that and get a couple of goals today. Because even if we go a couple of goals ahead, the AI does tend to just sit back. It's a little bit of an issue with FM21. That's a waste of a ball forward. And we really do need to take advantage of this home leg because they will be much more punishing in the away leg. And as we saw in the league where Bristol City beat us 4-2 away from home, they're very much capable of beating us at their place. So we've got to win today. I usually say you can't win it in the first leg. Today, I think we kind of can. If we can get 3 or 4 goals in this home leg, we win it. because I don't think they'll batter us that bad in the away leg. However, if we don't, if this is tight, if we lose, if it's a draw, I don't think we're going to Wembley. I at least want us to put up a fight, but our front four they're young and they're tired. That's what I'll say. Jones and Patton in particular have played a lot more football this year than they ever have before in their careers. Let's point the finger. I expect to see more in the second half. I'm almost tempted to shuffle the front four around now and stick Jones up front, Gooch on the left, Patton on the right, and just see if that offers us something different. That's exactly what we are going to do. And just see if that is more effective, maybe. I don't know. Jones is the more obvious striker out of him and Patton, but Patton's the one who scored 32 goals this year. So it does seem a little bit odd to stick him out on the right wing when we need a goal. I can just imagine the posh faithful now thinking I've gone mad. Corner, looking for Jones at that near post, but doesn't beat the first man. And now Bristol City have got a counter-attack on here, and we are in trouble because they are breaking clear, and luckily Malden makes the save. And we need a goal, boys. At least one, preferably like 8. 8 would be nice. I'd take 6. Devine with a corner, in swinger. Much better corner this time. Finds Anderson, but he can't keep his header down. And that was a big opportunity for us. Probably our best chance of the game so far. 6'5" Anderson. An unchallenged header. And all he needs to do is keep it down. And he hasn't. And it's pretty wasteful from him. And Bristol City on the move forward again. We're going to have to make another change here. And I think we're going to go with Patton and Jones. And are we going to go with Patton and Jones? It's never worked. It has never worked having those two up front. I think what we're going to do, we're going to bring on Etete and we're going to stick Jones back out there. It's a little bit harsh on Lyndon Gooch, but we're going to get Etete on up there. And we're going to get Sammy Schmodix on in here. And we're just going to try different combinations. So let's play him as a supporting pressing forward. So all 3 of these are then running beyond him. That's my theory. He's there to hold. In fact, if he's there to hold the ball up, he's a natural target man. Be a target man. Hold the ball up. Have all 3 of them running beyond you. I mean, it's something different to what we're doing currently. Let's try it. We need a goal. We need like I say, we need a hero to step up. It might be Keon Etete. The ball is clear here, and here is Etete chasing. And this is what we need from him. Hold the ball up nicely, play one of the fast players in. I don't know if he did. The highlight didn't show anything that he might have done. We're encouraging the team now rather than demanding. I've demanded a lot recently, and I think they've already over-delivered this year. They've not got anything left in the tank. That's the problem with most of these boys. Ball over the top, Bristol City are in, and another goal here, and we're done. We may as well not play the second leg if they score again. Oh, talk about a defeatist attitude. Taylor heads clear, but Jack Taylor's shattered. And I think we're going to have to make a change in midfield so that we've at least got Taylor ready for the second leg where we are going to need him so we can bring on Reed. We've downgraded this. I mean, Reed and Lawrence in midfield is a League One midfield compared to McCormick and Taylor. This doesn't look like a team that's ready for the Premier League. I mean, in places, it doesn't look like a team ready for the Championship. That's the problem. Oh, right. Anything from anybody. Somebody do a football, please. Malden's had a very good game. Schmodix now with the break. He's got Etete ahead of him. Schmodix continues to break. He needed Jones up there with him there, overlapping him, and he never did. I think Jones is just finished for the season. He's tired. He needs a rest. So does Patton. Reed playing it out to Patton, who's cutting inside, running from deep. This is what we wanted from Patton. But he has a wild shot that is high over the goal. And I don't know if this system works. That's what we were looking for. That exact move, though. Etete nodding it down to Patton for him to run onto it. He has Jones ahead of him, though, and really should be looking to play Jones in rather than shooting from range there. And I think if they were used to playing this way, because we haven't done this a lot, we've probably done this in a handful of games this year, even though I keep talking about it being the thing. Just as we were starting to do it, Etete got injured. And I think probably long-term, Etete's not the man who's going to do it for us anyway. We probably need another championship quality striker. You know, we've already got 2 of the best young strikers in the league. Let's luck into a third. Let's bring Ivan Toney in from Brentford. Him in between those 2 would be perfect. We'd ruin this league. But we can't afford that kind of thing. Malden plays it to Sykes from the goal kick. If we could grab an equaliser, it at least gives us something going into that second leg. Ball over the top, looking for a Tete. He's not there, though. Reed plays it forward to Patton. Schmodix has burst clear of his defender here. Schmodix shoots from range. He's rather fortuitous to win a corner there, I think, because it was going wide. But we'll take the corner, and we'll definitely take a goal from it if one is on offer. Devine with the in-swing. Anderson's there. It's a much better header from Anderson this time. It's on target, but the goalkeeper is equal to it. And, I mean, those ratings for our 2 superstars says it all, really. A 6.1 for Patton, a 6.2 for Jones. Can't fault any. I can fault your performances. Have not been very good. Well, we need a miracle in the second leg. A superstar with a miracle up their sleeve. And I suspect we don't have one. You never know. The hero might be Dominic Hyam, who when we signed him back in January, I remember criticising massively. But he's playing today. There's been an injury to Anderson. He's having to drop out the side. It was really a coin flip between Hyam and Walcott. Neither of them have really played. So I've gone to the tried and true system of checking the star rating, and the star rating has Hyam as a 3-star player, Walcott as a 2.5-star player with 4-star potential. So on that basis, Hyam gets the nod playing alongside Sykes. Other than that, it is the same team that was just so toothless in the first leg. Maybe we've grown some teeth. Maybe Hyam is the hero, the energetic hero who's going to come into the side and grab a hat-trick from corners or something. I don't know. Sammy Nelson's loving Jan Couto. You realise he's off to the MLS, Sammy. What are you so excited about? You're excited that he's playing. He's played every game since he's been here. Right, that's suggesting an underdog team talk. What's the I don't know what the gesture is to go with an underdog team talk. I'm going to do no gesture. Underdog. We haven't done underdog for ages. We'll go with my assistant manager. He clearly knows what he's talking about. If we win today with an underdog team talk and no gesture, I'm just going to let him do all my team talks from now on because I clearly don't know what I'm doing. It's 0-0 in the West Brom Watford game. I didn't actually look to see what the score was in the first leg from their game. I assume if we get a goal, there you go. It's got in brackets there. So it's, or has it? Yeah, it's 2-1 on aggregate to Watford. Now they've gone 1-0 up. Interesting. So at the moment it's Watford going through to the final to play Bristol City, which I think were the 3rd and 4th place teams. But you never know. We might get back into it yet. Bristol City, both teams only have a 1-goal advantage. It's very, very close. There's been nothing happening. I've never known a team be this not bothered about a trip to Wembley and the chance to play in the Premier League. I've got to pump my fists and work them up. Pump the fists. Let's avenge what happened the last time we played Bristol City. We've got to go attacking. I think we'll probably go 2 up top on the hour mark, maybe. The problem is Patton and Jones don't really work as a front 2. So one of them's going to have to play out wide while Atete comes on to complement one of the quicker players. The only problem is Atete's not scored in forever. We had the dreaded he's in poor form inbox message and had to criticise his form, which might be what saves him. Jones has done really well there. What we need is Jones to score another wonder goal like what he was doing early on when he burst into the team. I mean, we did say when he signed that we weren't going to expect him to play like that all of the time. It'd be nice for him to do it some of the time. He hasn't for a little while now. And that's Antuna, who was at our Chivas team last year. How poetic that a player from Chivas is directly involved in spoiling the playoffs for us this year. At 2-0 down on aggregate, I don't think we have a way back into this game. We don't look like scoring a goal, do we? It's been the same old. It's such a weird thing to say when we've got the top scorer in the championship in our team, but we just don't look like scoring. And it's exactly what we were talking about last year. Right, I'm going to stick a Tete up alongside Patton. I'm going to play him as a pressing forward on support rather than the target man. And we're going to go to that and see if adding an extra striker maybe makes a difference. We've now got I mean, we saw in the first leg, there's so many goals in this team. They've just dried up. We've had a long season, played a lot of football at a high level for us. And we haven't got anything left in the tank. And that's what it seems at the moment. Lawrence playing it back to Sykes. Sykes to Taylor. Taylor back to Couto. If we grab a goal back here, you never know. We can dream. Couto, lovely low cross to Patton and then Jones. And somebody's got to just test the goalkeeper. Oh, they've all lost their minds. Their heads are gone. I don't know what's up with Jones. We've seen him have 2 good opportunities now and miss them both. They're not even being saved. He's just missing them. And yeah, Bristol City are off to Wembley, and we have got relegation battle next year written all over us here. I hope the board are sensible and just ask me to avoid relegation again or mid-table finish. And I genuinely think a mid-table finish next year I'd be quite happy with, because we're Peterborough. We've never had more than 2 consecutive seasons in the Championship. Our entire history suggests we're getting relegated next year. I'm going to take off Jones. He's just spent at this point, and Taylor can come off as well. We're no longer trying to win the game. We're just trying to avoid injuring some of our more tired players. I know we've got a summer ahead of us, but we're not winning this game now. We're not off to Wembley. I don't even want to go because I don't want to lose our perfect history at Wembley. So I guess it's better to go out now than lose there. But we've got a lot to do this summer to turn this into a team that can actually compete next year. And I don't know if it ever will be. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of budget we get. I don't want to see your filthy replays. If the board back me with like £10 million and another £100,000 a week on my wage budget, then maybe we can come back and give the playoffs another try next year. I'm assuming we're going to be on smaller budgets because we don't have the £15 million bank balance this year that we had last year. So if we've got to try again next year on a smaller budget and potentially having to sell to buy, then I think mid-table is the absolute best we can hope for. And I kind of get the taking the club as far as I can feel a little bit. I know we've only been here a year and a half. I just don't see this being a team that we're going to get to the Premier League. But who knows? We'll learn a lot over the course of this summer. I want to see what my transfer budget is going to be. Are we going to be given a transfer budget? Cheer me up with a transfer budget. That's what I need. Come on. No, we're not even going to see the transfer budget, because this, of course, will be in tomorrow's video. And of course, you've got 2 videos tomorrow. Non-League Legend at 4 o'clock. And something a little bit different at 11 as we start a new series. A little bit closer to home. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.